Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Banished. What might be the last episode? If you watched the last one, basically we had an issue where we were overpopulated and we didn't have enough food, and we went through quite a dramatic change. I think we've officially lost about 100 to 200 of our poor little peoples, and that's created the kind of feedback loop of there's not enough people to farm, and so then the food situation goes down. So what I've tried to do in order to fix that is turn off pretty much everything. So you can see there's all the miners are not doing any mining anymore. All of these weavers and furniture makers are not doing any of that anymore. And we're just trying to increase our labourer count so that we can add back. So now we have full farmers again. We do need to add some fishermen. We need another 4 fishermen. We need 3 more gatherers. That's 7. We need 2 more herdsmen. Hunters are okay. So we need like 9 or 10 more people who produce the food before we kind of are at a level of food production is going strong, and then that's just going to take away our labourers. The problem is that we still do have natural deaths. I know that nobody's starving anymore, but people are dying of old age. So that takes away the labour count. And the labour count is not increasing. We're kind of stuck at this level. We need a lot more labourers in order to just have the natural deaths that occur, old age, etc., replaced naturally, and our labour kind of workforce stays at a nice level. And now we've just got cholera or yellow fever. Yellow fever, fantastic. What are you selling, mate? If you were selling food, I would buy food, but you're not, so it's fine. So yellow fever has just struck. Where are you? You're there. You are right near the hospital, mate. Right near the hospital. Make sure you go there, please. Are you going to the hospital? You. Click on you. Are you going to the hospital? He's visiting the doctor. Fantastic. Well done. Now, why am I at 1 speed? 2 speed. Oh yeah, it always slows down when you have a... it slows the speed down if there's a outbreak of something. So, I'm unsure of whether we can overcome this situation. You can see, died of old age, and they get automatically replaced. That means our labour pool never grows so much. I think the natural level is that I need to have about 25 labourers, and that seems to naturally then, it can grow a little bit, but also that's enough to replace everybody who dies. So we're in a bit of a pickle, because now you can see that, like, say here, this isn't work, nobody's working there. We're going to actually place something there. Let's do that. Herdsman, we're going to do. So now we should have 4 herdsmen, and that should hopefully produce more food. The food is back up to about 3,600. It's not a lot, and it's been sitting there for a long time. Now, considering that before we had 200 more people, I don't understand how we're producing the food. We can see here in the production. So each year we're using about 52,000, and we produce 64, so we should have 10 to 12,000 in extra, but it doesn't seem to be that much, and that should be growing every year. But then again, our population's just gone up. It was 320 before, wasn't it? Now it's 3, so we gained 11 more people. We're growing too fast, and our food production is not keeping up, without a doubt. I don't really know how to fix that. Now you can see over here I've stopped. This is all the flax production and hemp and stuff like that, because we don't need that so much now. Let's see, maybe we can turn one of these things over to something. I don't know. These guys are the butchers. You know what? I don't want you guys. You were a fun experiment, but we don't need you. You can be labourers. What are you? Making flax? Yeah, you can do that. Even though it's kind of useless, you can do that. So yeah, we're in a bit of a pickle. For sure. You can be chickens, because they're the fastest growing things we have. And then we just need to split a chicken farm somewhere. There you go. Like so. We're not producing any wine, which is awful. We need wine. Wine for the soul. Apiaries, all of our honey production is slowed down. We've got 6 labourers though. Back up to 51 farmers, which is great. It's a tricky one, peeps. It's a tricky one. It's either a matter of time. You can see the food has gone back up to 4,700. I don't know in terms of producing more food, we were producing enough for 400 to 500 people, just about. And then something changed, and it wasn't enough food, and all of a sudden they ate all of that food and then died. 200 people died, and yet they're still maintaining the same amount of food production, or roughly the same amount of food production, is not feeding 200 less people, or even really getting close. So I'm a little bit confused as how that has worked, why that is doing that, and how do we get out of it? Because effectively what it's saying is, if I want to go back up to 500 population, I'm going to need to double the amount of food production here. Yet I cannot, simply because I don't have enough labourers to replace the old age situation. So people just naturally dying of old age or being crushed by stones, etc., etc. What I need would be a massive influx of nomads, but that would then put me in a situation where I don't have enough food, so that all the nomads would die. So it's a tricky one. It's a really tricky one. It's kind of annoying because I felt we'd got into a little bit of a point here where we were starting to be able to think about building grander scale things, and I thought I had the food production under control, but obviously not. Obviously not. Why aren't you picking up that milk? God damn it. There you go. Thank you very much. Take the milk. Put it in the market. This is just, look at all the stuff I've got. I've got so much stuff that, yeah. Now, obviously, we can't keep our miners not working forever because we will run out. I mean, stone, we've got quite a lot, and we're not really building anything, so that's okay. Iron and iron ore should be okay, as should coal for a little while. So we're kind of okay to keep these guys turned off for maybe a year or so. Whoops, let's just do that one. But maybe 2 years, but after that we're going to need to turn them back on for sure. Turned up reed production. People are still dying of cold because they're not getting enough firewood, but however my firewood production is at the highest it's ever been, and they must be living in less houses. See, like, I build houses here and they move in, but there's not enough people as far as I can tell. If we come down to this overview, homes 255, families 165, citizens 511. Where are all these people living? There should be empty homes all over the place, but there's not. You can tell the homes are full because they have the smoke coming out the chimney. If there's no smoke, there's no fire. Or there's no home. There's nobody in the home, basically. This dude just standing there. Shoot the ducks. So yeah, I'm a little bit confused because it feels like it's been, what, 3 years now? I've been trying to get out of this pickle, and I don't seem to be moving much forward. In fact, I'm worried now if this keeps on increasing. Look here, died of old age, died of old age. My labourers seem to be sitting at level of 6. But if the population keeps increasing, we're not going to be able to keep up. We are not at a natural replenishment rate. It's that old age demographic bomb, which actually so many civilized countries in the world, so many developed or so-called developed countries in the world are having this issue as well, is that don't have enough young people to replace the old people, which is what happens, I think, when you reach a certain level of wealth within a country. People stop having as many babies. Without babies, you're not going to replace the old people. Without replacing the old people, you cannot create the tax base, which you then need to invest into the country. The demographic problem that faces many countries in the world. That's why migration. Oh shit! Right. Okay. All right, we're gonna do this, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna do this. We're gonna take 70 nomads and we're gonna try to push through this problem. Is that a deal? I think it's a deal. Are you ready? I'm ready. Fantastic. I'll see you in the next episode.